I wonder if you guys can tell how much I talk with my hands.
Yeah, I got balls, books I read. I got balls, won't you listen to me?
Hello, and welcome to The Author Has Thoughts. I am the author in question, Gary Ballard, self-published author of 12 novels and novellas and a short story collection. Today I'm talking about my Kindle Vella series, Hiss Whistle Dead. This will be episode 12. Once it's done, which is after 15 episodes, it will be bound up into a novel, which will be part of my Bridge Chronicles cyberpunk near future science fiction urban fantasy series. Today, as I said, I'm talking about episode 12. It was originally the second half of episode 9, which ended up becoming episode 11 and episode 12. Spoiler alert, if you haven't read earlier episodes, there's a spoiler right at the beginning here. So after the revelation of Barney's dissociative identity disorder in the last episode, we get to see more of how that progressed. We also get to see how Lillian and Barney first started their physical relationship. There's a lot in this little bitty episode, a lot of which I don't want to reveal in the video, so go read the episode. Again, big spoilers. We get to see the confusion that comes from Barney's alters. The times that Lillian and Barney are intimate, Barney isn't in control. Most often, it's Annie or Stone, or a mixture of the two, since both of them seem to be attracted to Lillian. Barney doesn't even remember the encounters, so, after their first time, it's weeks before it happens again. Lillian at first just writes it off as this casual thing, figuring, Barney's in the closet, doesn't really want to make anything of it. But Barney just doesn't remember it. Lillian brings it up again, though, when they start to feel anxious about the throuple progressing to Lillian possibly moving in with Candace and Ted. Since we don't get Lillian's perspective in the book, I never really say for sure why they are so resistant to moving in with Candace and Ted. I probably didn't actually make a decision consciously on that as a writer. Could be because of that COVID lockdown isolation I talked about in a previous episode. Lillian doesn't want to feel tied down to something that committed. They have a problem committing to something. Even though they're in a throuple, they also don't have any problem having casual sex with Barney when they feel like they need it. It also could be that Lillian's need for attention makes them extremely hesitant to commit to the throuple that thoroughly, because then they won't really be the center of one person's universe. Not in the same way that when they're intimate with Barney, Barney is obsessed with them through Annie. I don't know from experience, but just knowing how much talking there is in a couple relationship, I can imagine that, with 3 people in a relationship, all of whose feelings have to be listened to and have to be validated, also know how hard it's got to be to come to a consensus that all 3 are happy with. I mean, there's got to be like marathon sessions of talking, and I'm really sure there can't be one person who gets more attention or is the center of the universe for all these parties, because that relationship is kind of more like a sex cult with a leader than it is a throuple where there's an equal relationship amongst the 3, or a polycule, I think is another word for it, when there's maybe more than 3. Lillian clearly feeds on attention. Well, that's okay if, again, everyone involved is cool with it and understands it. I think it's one of the reasons they keep up the relationship with Barney, not because it's necessarily something they want to be serious, but because the Annie alter is just so absolutely obsessed with Lillian. The adulation is what Lillian is unconsciously craving, that singular focus on them. I think it's likely if Annie wasn't so fixated on Lillian, they wouldn't otherwise have been all that attracted to Barney. The relationship was clearly not a healthy one for either person. And, given that Barney's not even aware that it's happening to him, how could it ever be healthy? not without both of them getting some serious therapy. And again, Barney doesn't even know what's happening. And also explained to Shell and the audience how these scenes are being portrayed as an explanation for why the perspective will seem to change. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the episode, both the video and the Vella episode. Come back next week for episode 13. Make sure you hit the subscription bell and the subscription link and hit the notification bell to get subscribed and be notified of when there's new videos. Give me a like, give me a dislike, throw a comment down there, and let's have a discussion about this sort of thing. Hit me up on my socials. My Instagram has a lot of my photography and such. So thank you for watching. My name is Gary Ballard, and these have been my thoughts.
1, 2, 3, 4.